Hello friends. Today's story is That Too Needs Talent. This story is about one boy who was very lazy not to do any work, but he learned in his free time a very good art, and with that he gained some amount of land and the best wishes from his Jamindar. This story is there in Telugu and Hindi also, and I have told them in those languages. And in this video, I will complete this story, and after that, I will give the links of those stories also my description box. Try to listen them and learn how to translate the language into one language to another language. This is free translation, not to translate even letter by letter and word by word. Okay, the meaning should not be changed, but the language, the beauty of the language also should be there. Means we should learn the how to translate the things, the sentences from one language to another language. So let's go into the story. Tangappan was a farmer of Takkalai, that is a name of the village. Chellappan was his only son. He had all respect and affection for his father. However, he was a lazy fellow. He used to roam about and would not do any work, least of all the farm, to help his aging father. Tangappan was very sad about this. One day he called Chellappan and said, Chellappa, my son, how long will you idle away your time like this? Can't you do some work? If you do some work now, it will stand in good stead when you grow up. Once I am dead and gone, how will you manage your life? I had therefore advised you to look after some work. Chellappan realized that there was something in what his father was saying. Father, I am ready to work, but do tell me what work shall I do? Tangappan was very happy. I think you can start working on our farm itself. A lot of birds and animals are destroying the crops. If you can scare them away, that will be good for the time being. The same day, Chellappan went to the farm and chased the birds and animals away. He did this the next day and the next day and the next day too. The job had by then become monotonous to him. When he chased the birds from one end, they would go and settle on another side. He found himself running from one end to another, and some days there would be no end to his running. One day he felt tired and decided to rest for a while. It was then that an idea struck him. Suppose he were to imitate the voices of the birds and animals that were spoiling the crop. Slowly he learned to imitate their voices, those of the dogs, cats, cows, horses, sparrows, and pigeons. When the animals and birds listened to him, they would respond with their cries and calls. Gradually, he learned how to communicate with them. Soon, he could also befriend them. During the Navratri festival, the Jamindar of the nearby town used to ride around the places. One day he was out in the streets when his horse began misbehaving. It ran fast. The Jamindar could not control the animal at all. Ultimately, the horse and its rider reached Takkalai, where this boy is there. The Jamindar had caught hold of the horse by its neck for his life and was trying his best not to fall down. The villagers heard the horse galloping at a terrific speed and were horrified to see the Jamindar clinging on its neck. They tried to stop on the horse but failed. The Jamindar now really feared for his life. Chellappan too saw the unusual sight. He went and hid behind a tree and let out a neigh. The Jamindar's horse slowed down, hearing a neigh, and looked for the animal. The Jamindar made good use of the opportunity and dismounted in a moment. He then looked around for the horse that had saved his life. As soon as he saw the Jamindar safe, Challappan came out of his hiding, still neighing. By then, a crowd had gathered there. Did you make that noise? The Zamindar asked Challappan. Sir, it was I who neighed, replied Challappan. Tangappan, who was also in the crowd, now came forward and apologetically told the Zamindar, Sir, he is my son Challappan. He can imitate the cries and calls of animals and birds. I had sent him to our farm to chase away the birds and animals. Instead, this is what he learnt from them. Please bear with him. Now, don't blame him, said the Jamindar. After all, imitating is also an art. Anybody and everybody cannot pick up this art. It needs talent. Today he neighed like a horse, and it made my horse stop on its track, and that saved my life too. Mister, your son is a really talented person. As he had saved my life, and in recognition of his talent, I am gifting 10 acres of my land to you both. The Jamindar then embraced Challappan. The villagers clapped and congratulated Challappan. The Jamindar turned to him. Next year I shall come riding on an elephant, and I would expect you to trumpet like an elephant. Challappan nodded and bowed low to the Jamindar. After that, Challappan continued practicing this art, and he taught also to so many people in the village. And this is the art now also we know as mimicry. Okay, this is the story today.